What's up, family? I just wanted to make another video. I'm at the park right now working out. Yep, it feels amazing. To get some alone time and really focus on my breathing. You know, go barefoot, try to get some pollution out of me, so to say. But some things came to my mind. You know, the I want to speak about I guess something like let's call it the spiritual biometrics mechanisms. You know, uh, the for those who walk in the carnal, they're already tied their way to thinking to the system. But the but the but the powerful thing is those who came awake, who know what their DNA is capable of, right? This being among the presence of these individuals, or being one of these individuals, you are responsible, or these people are responsible to keeping a frequency, a spiritual biometric that basically artificial systems cannot mimic, right? That subconsciously penetrates the deepest levels of 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 the organisms, the environment around them. Just as a raindrop falls into a river, and the river is able to receive that drop of water into the body of water with that magnitude of that raindrop, causing a ripple effect, spreading from the origin to the outer skirts of the body of the water, right? It's like you're reaching the nodes, you know, and the nodes are transmitting back, right? It's kind of like, yeah, it's beautiful. But anyways, going back with the spiritual biometrics mechanism, so to say, when the mainstream idealism, or how do you say, personification, the way they show the show the show the mainstream view of bodybuilding, it's like the same way they sexually objectify the human body, right? They treat it as an object, not as a part of our being and what we were given to cherish, and not to prostitute, so to say. It's like how, we gotta pay for water when it's free, but in essence, they lie to us a lot about things concerning our body. Like the bodybuilding industry teaches that we need to eat like 1 gram of protein per body weight, and then they have all these different studies and all these quote unquote optimal ways to pack on muscle, or lose weight or whatever, right? There's so many factors involved too, like your environment, if you eat GMO, stress factors, you know. So, I mean, it's studied goes to say, oh, you need 1 gram of protein for body weight. How can I get that much protein? Oh, we have these supplements you can buy, sponsored by these gigantic mofos who weigh like 300 pounds, that take a, a plethora, a cocktail of unnatural substances created in the lab, that by people who voluntarily chose to be lab rats, walking lab rats, that are similar in the same way that you see models on uh, you know TV or entertainment or movies that look a certain way, that women look towards to rationalize their approval or expectations of what it takes to impress men. The same way men, I don't know, go to a gym and created this artificial environment of lifting weights and all this other stuff to, I don't know, fit the ideal expectations of society, to what? Look good next to other men. And then it's like women go to the gym, put on a bunch of makeup, and then act like, they hate it when they see guys check them out, But it's like attention is their fuel, so to say. I'm not saying all women are like that, but it's like it's the programming involved in it. It's just one crazy loop around. But anyways, then you go see our ancestors, or you go to these villages, these tribes, and they're packed. They're packed with muscle, but they don't touch weights. This is work hard. And then people go to the gym a couple hours a day, put on mass, but it's just all big for show. There's a lot of different how do you say, components that go into strength ratio with body mass, and body mass does not always equalize strength. The human body is indeed very adaptable, and the supplements given to us by the Most High is able to further stretch that capability, so to say. So you got the outer muscles, to say, right? In the previous video, I spoke about complete and incomplete proteins, right? Where you need a mixture of plant-based foods to create a complete protein because of the amino acid profiles. So when we look at bodybuilding, all they speak about is the 3 macros, not the micros, which is the nutrients needed to fuel the body at a microscopic cellular level, down to the mitochondria or whatever you call it, to create ATP and all that stuff, So they don't speak on the importance of micronutrients, right? We have like 100, I think 2 or 108 minerals we are required in our body. Our body makes some of it. The rest is required through external sources. So you look at the mainstream bodybuilding, it's all about carbs, fats, and protein. Those are the key nutrients to build the body. And those things alone, if you take those into consideration, you can create a pretty impressive physique. But, you probably know this. Y'all probably know this. But don't let the outside cover fool you. Don't look at the book, look at it and think, oh, it doesn't have pictures, it's not a good book, right? The same way you look at a body. It might look good, but are they healthy on the inside? So you could definitely build a stronger foundation with the minerals involved complementing these macros, so to say, right? So let's say when people look at muscles, they just see muscles, right? You might get to the anatomy and all that, right? You might recognize how they look, but then you can go to a further level and see how they complement one another, the balancing of structures, right? And then you have slow and fast twitch muscles. Like when you see a sprinter, they focus mainly on the objective to run fast, right? Run a distance in the fastest time possible. Whereas a jogger runs further distances, focuses more on endurance. So you have explosive speed versus endurance, right? And you know, depending on where you're going for, you're gonna change that ratio to fit your needs as such. And this is similar to who we are as people in our lives, you know, and religion and how religion limits those factors. And we're all different, unique individuals, you know, based off our goal and what we're trying to strive for, right? We can go for certain key tones to receive within ourselves that is already from within, that we can receive at a set time that will lead us into, how do you say, this mass restoration, mass unification, mass uplifting of humanity, so to say, from the essence that's from within. Excuse me. Did some detoxing. But remember, faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains, right? So now with that being said, these outer muscles that we have for show, you know, like I said, people might look at the individual and think, oh wow, he looks very healthy, and as a result, you know, they'll go from there, you know. But one might compare themselves and look at themselves and be like, oh wow, I'm gonna look down on myself on that because I don't have that. They have that. But then let's say you might have something inside you, like let's say you know, you are emotionally well-rounded, you know, and then this person, they put all their efforts into this, right? But as a result, energetically on the inside, they might be not healthy. Whereas the other person, they are energetically, emotionally fit, you know? And this is kind of similar in how the outer muscles are just a show at times. Not saying this for all people, but there's internal muscles that function as a foundation to keep the outer muscles healthy as well. You know, like, you know, like the scripture says, when the wind blows, or I forgot, it's been a while, if the house is built on sand, the house will fall down. You know, but if the house is built on a rock, it will stand. You know, so you got stabilizer muscles that you know, you have your rotator cuffs and your hip abductors and inductors. These things are origins in the point of the bodies that help the body function in a how do you say, at a how do you say, safe, optimal, and desired position where injury is not factored in, because you are not neglecting yourself in compensating your health in terms of foundation for your ego, so to say. You would you would focus on these stabilizer muscles, so that in the long term you would be well-rounded in terms of longevity. Because exactly what are you, doing all this for in the first place? This everything is a learning experience. Sure, you can do all this and that, but what's the rush? What is your mission in fulfilling all this for? You know, and that's not a question that I'm asking to be answered. It's just how do you say, a relative question to the relative truth that leads to the individual's absolute truth, to where the Most High leads them, so to say, right? So, with all this being said, I guess I want to end it off with, going back to artificial replication of our spiritual biometrics. We're all individuals, and to replicate the soul and the experiences and try to put in all one supercomputer to basically disrespect each and every individual, disrespecting the Most High's creation, saying that artificial organisms are more superior than natural organisms. It's like, how you say, taken away from life itself, when all these things that are coming against us need us, when they are making us believe that we need them, when in actual reality they need us. So in the end, the Most High wins, right? It's basically their system of the snake eating its own tail, to where if, and I'm saying if, they were to I don't know, do whatever they think is optimal in their perspective, they will just end up just decaying themselves in the end anyways, which is just really weird. I just don't understand it. The Most High already won. Just keep enjoying your life. I don't know, maybe if anything, this will help anyone out hearing this, because all that we do, everything that we do, as we breathe, our breath is aligned with who we are as an individual. And just as a fingerprint on our hands is not identical to any other individual on the planet, so is our breath. The way that we breathe, the way that we walk, the way that we blink, all of it, it's all you. Remember, you're you, I'm me. But the way we rock the boat, the way we sail the oceans, it's a beautiful thing, right? All praises to the Most High.